let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown that happened today on April 25th. I'm probably going to keep it on the shorter side tonight with all these WWE releases that happened. Like I've seen any of my videos tonight. I was recently laid off myself, so it's affecting me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, like I just don't like seeing their jobs. It's sensitive to me right now. But let's just jump straight into the action. Basically, the night started off with Jacob Fatu basically coming out saying that, if Roman doesn't think he's ready, then Roman should give him a shot and prove to him that he's not ready. The Usos then came out and told him to reconsider. Basically, they're back to being like the Usos of the Bloodline, almost when they were heels. That's what it felt like, anyways, to me. And then the MFTs came out and they're like, you know what? We can help you take out Roman Reigns. But then, of course, Jacob, being Jacob, is like, you know what? I could just do all of this alone. The one thing that was interesting is that there was no Drew McIntyre tonight. No Drew at all whatsoever. We didn't see him. They talked about him, but that was it. Jacob ended up super kicking Tama in the face, who had basically told Solo that he could beat Jacob. And then that basically turned into a match for later in the evening. The first match of the night was actually not a bad one. It was actually pretty good. It was Julia versus Tiffany Stratton. I love seeing Julia in the ring. It was a great match, honestly. But it made me wonder why she didn't defend it more, because she did actually end up losing it. And Tiffy Time became our new United States champion. Danhausen visited the Miz's home. That was extremely entertaining. It was actually broken up into separate segments. The first one, he showed up and basically terrorizes the Miz's pool. And then the second one, he basically went into his golf simulator room and destroyed it and ended up making the Miz throw some like chocolate powder all over Marise's face. It was great. It was a great segment. Bree and Paige came out to basically celebrate their victory at WrestleMania, but of course were interrupted by Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. This turned into a match, but it was short-lived as JC Jane and the rest of Fatal Influence have arrived on SmackDown and basically attacked and destroyed everybody, which means Brie, Paige, Charlotte, and Alexa. And yeah, it was good to see them come to SmackDown. I wasn't expecting everyone to be there. I was expecting only JC because they had talked about it. So yeah, it was pretty crazy and fun to see everybody show up. Cody Rhodes then came out and basically called out everyone. He's saying he's still here, that he's hard to beat, and he's not going anywhere. So that anybody from NXT, anybody from SmackDown or Raw can basically come and challenge him. He's not going anywhere. Had the tag team championship match. So Damian Priest and R-Truth defeated the MFTs. There was a lot of back and forth in that match. At one point, it did look like the MFTs might win it. However, Truth and Damian were able to retain, and Rise Up seems to be the name of their new finisher. At least I think it's new. Honestly, I've only seen them do it for the last two SmackDowns. So yeah, anyways, it's cool. I like the name. It's kind of like in my opinion, a throwback to John Cena a little bit. So that's pretty good. Trick Williams came out to celebrate, and his celebration was short-lived as he was attacked by the Gingerbread Man. This time, it did actually end up being Sami Zayn, so it looks like the feud between these two is probably not done. In action, we also had Danhausen versus The Miz, and similar to Kit Wilson's match, he ended up cursing The Miz and got him with a schoolboy pin. And honestly, it was a super short match, so there's not much to rank here. But if you like Danhausen, crazy entertaining. I like Danhausen, so I enjoyed the match. Blake Monroe is coming to SmackDown. I was actually surprised that this one was announced via just a basically trailer clip is what it was. That was followed by Rhea Ripley, who came out to celebrate her win at WrestleMania, but surprise, surprise, she was interrupted by Fatal Influence, which then turned into a match. That match was by far probably my favorite of the night, if not Jacob and Solo, but this one I think was probably my favorite. However, it did end up in a disqualification because Fatal Influence got involved when Rhea Ripley was going to hit the Riptide. After this match, we had another one of those clip reveals of someone coming to SmackDown. Ricky Saints is coming to SmackDown. And again, not sure why they're doing it that way. It was cooler when they just kind of came or showed up. But anyways, maybe they're trying to hype SmackDown next week. He's going to make his debut. The last match was Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa, and it went exactly how you would think. The MFT tried to get involved quite a bit. Usos came to help Jacob, but Jacob told him to stay back. Jacob was able to fend off Solo and won. It was honestly a great match. At the end of the match, the MFTs all ganged up on Jacob. Jacob was able to again fight them all off with the steel chair and putting Tonga through a table. So at the end of the day, he was able to hold off everybody and then went right back to the Usos' face. And basically, I think saying that he can hang with Roman. Anyways, honestly, if you've watched it this far, my heart just wants to go out to all the superstars that lost their employment today. It's never easy. I know, I've been there, so I know. So I think, before people make comments that on there in the internet, just think about it, man. Just be a little bit sensitive. That's all I'm saying. And anyways, enjoy your great weekend. And I will be back with some more reviews and reactions and wrestling content. So don't forget to follow for more. And yeah, I'll catch all you guys on